Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and if you'd like to apply to be a guest on the show, just head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to Apply. All right, so today I am in Fort Worth, Texas at the Texas FFA Convention. This is my fourth year coming out, one of my favorite conventions of the year. I do not miss it. And I'll tell you, it's kind of hot outside. I'm going to throw that out there. But walking around in this suit, I'm getting better. Next guest is a return guest. So we had him on the show last year, and I know we did a bunch of social media. And just for the long-term listeners on this show, you might recall, I had Dale on, and we were talking about, he gave away over 17,000, again, 17,000 books last year to the Texas FFA members. It was quite a scene. I'm talking about a huge palette of books, like unbelievable. If you want to check it out, go to my Instagram, Ask Adam Torres, and you'll see a video and all kinds of other cool stuff with that. So first off, Dale, you had the longest intro of the day. Welcome back on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Glad to be back.
So a year since our last conversation, man. Talk to me. How's the book promo going? How's the, what else has happened? I know this book has legs, so I know that convention and that particular event was not the end. Talk to me.
No, it's kind of just starting. It's taken off worldwide now.
Wow.
So I've spoken in Kenya, Uganda, Cambodia last week. So virtually at least to those. But,
yeah.
Now major universities, Ole Miss, coming up the University of Tennessee. So it's just gone crazy all over the place.
Amazing.
Yeah,
and let's take a step back for a moment, because maybe our newer listeners, they're not familiar with the book. So let's lay a little bit of a groundwork too. Name of the book, what inspired it. Give me some of that. So
the book is called The Talk About Money, a young adult's guide to the one decision that changes everything. So yeah. I've been a certified financial planner since the 90s, and I'm always talking to my kids about money. One night, my middle son said, "Dad, you need to tell all of our friends this principle about money." And that was a few years ago, and now it's gone to millions worldwide. It's crazy.
What a story. And why do you think, I mean, a lot of people, and not putting anybody down, obviously, but why do you think this particular work has taken off the way it has? Like, what have you seen?
So when most every adult that hears me tell this story to young adults, I wrote this book for young adults 16 to 24 that have yet to get their first real job in their life. And most every adult that hears me tell this story, this principle, comes up and says, "Where was this when I was 18?
Wow.
And our parents never talked to us about money." There's a reason they didn't, by the way.
Wow.
So it just resonates with everybody. And many people don't get money right. They don't know even what to tell young adults about it, how to get it right. And so came up with this lesson, and that's what the book is all about, is the most important, I say, life decision a young adult will make in their life.
And how did you originally learn about money? Like, where did that come from on your end? Because nobody's born with it. That's the thing. For those that are watching, they're like, "Oh, my parents did this, that." I mean, nobody's born with it. Where'd you learn?
I would say 20, 21 years old when I was in college, I just had a love of studying.
I thought you were going to say a love of money.
A love of, and it's important.
I mean, which is okay.
No. I just had a love of studying what to do with money. I remember being in college. I fell in love with mutual funds, and then I went into financial planning, got my CFP and some other things, and followed the study of money, of what to do with it. And I've studied money all my career. I love studying what to do with it. And came up with this lesson, and now I get to go all over the world telling people how to start off getting it right. It's really not hard. There's just a lot trying to make it impossible.
Yeah, and looking at, as you've gone around the world, what's interesting to me is that the principle, apparently, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but if you're speaking internationally, is the principle universal?
This is an incredible question you asked me, because the first time I did it internationally was to Ugandans. And after the session, we were all talking casually, and I said, I have to be honest with you, I was nervous that this wasn't going to mean the same thing over here as it does in America.
That's what I'm thinking.
And they said, "Dale, it's not a problem of money, it's a problem of the heart."
Wow.
And in speaking, we do a lot of work, my family, my wife and I, in Kenya. And while the numbers may not be the same as in America, it's a problem of the heart.
Wow.
We could base our currency on chickens, and maybe I want more chickens than I have. I want as many chickens as you have. But everything is just a problem of the heart. It's really not. Most money problems are not problems about money, and that resonates worldwide. I mean, all nations have greed and envy and wanting more than we have. It's really been an amazing thing to watch worldwide. It really is.
And I think that's also interesting, like culturally, to be able to get to know, and you mentioned that you already do work in those areas, but to see how it translates culturally and how it can help people.
It's amazing that a lesson about learning what to do with stuff, and instead of letting money own you, you own money, and let money work for you instead of you working for money. It really translates all over the world. It's fascinating to study. It really is.
Now, my memory may be off on this, but last year, was it your first year?
Here,
I mean, for this particular convention I'm talking about. Yeah.
Which is why we're back this year.
Hold on. So now you're a veteran, year 2. What?
It's unbelievable. I get to speak here and pour into young adults.
And I want to go take that a step further, and I'll tell you why I want to do that. So there's, a lot of business owners, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of executives that watch this show. And to anybody that will listen, I'm like, look, you need to sponsor this. You care about this country. You care about the next generation. I want more corporate leaders here. I want them sending their staff. I want them getting booths. I want them pouring into these members because they are the future of our country, and they're in food security. Like, if you care about anything that has to do with this country, like, you need to have representation here. So year 1, maybe Aaron told you to come. Maybe there were some other people, some other reasons you want to give out some books. You're into philanthropy, obviously, but year 2, you don't have to come back if you don't want to. So talk to me.
It was non-negotiable. We're coming back. And I was in FFA in high school, but knew nothing about, Texas, everything is bigger. But really, when you think about food security and food insecurity, it's one of the greatest existential threats of the world is food insecurity.
Yeah.
And, I never really understood the magnitude when you come to Texas and you see. First of all, FFA is really not an agriculture as it is a leadership and leadership development. It's an unbelievable organization. But when you come to this place and you are around, you see how serious food security or food insecurity is. It's unbelievable. It really is. Could be an existential threat for the world, but it's amazing to see all these young adults so committed to agriculture.
And that part shook me as well when I first came, is that at first I thought it was going to be all farm oriented and all food, but then, as you mentioned, the leadership component and the skills they're teaching, by now I'm 4 years in this year, and it's a whole different, my understanding of it is different. So maybe go further into that, the leadership principles, the things that you've learned working with the ambassadors and otherwise, go a little bit further into what the programs are, what you've seen at least.
Well, John Maxwell says leadership is influence, and you just walk around and you just see the servant leadership attitude that these young adults have. And the FFA organization is, I just think of how many corporate CEOs are going to come out of these halls in this building.
Gosh,
It's unbelievable. If you're a business and you want quality young employees as employees, this would be just an incredible place.
Gold mine, literally.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
It's a breeding ground for leadership.
Absolutely.
And they're unbelievable. And, you get an ambassador that takes you around, and it's really an incredible organization to watch. These kids there's great hope for the future. Anybody who's down on the future of our country, don't come to a place like this and you will realize we're going to be in good hands.
Yeah, I agree with that statement, and I think it's a testament seeing year after year now, and I can't wait to continue to come back and continue to see this. And what's funny is what you said about our future CEOs, because I've been doing this long enough here to where I've interviewed quite a few CEOs from some large organizations that are part of this Texas FFA catalog we've amassed. And where did they start? It's funny to see them talk about their early days and be like, they were part of the Texas FFA and this, that, the other. And over time, they're that might have been 20, 30 years ago that they were part of it. And now they're running a financial institution, or they're running all these other companies, or they're
Brooke
in government.
Rollins, the U.S. Secretary of Agriculture.
There
who
you
was
go.
in Texas FFA. Yesterday she spoke. Unbelievable.
There
leader.
you go. And so that's the quality that comes out of this. So
That's
it's
right.
not an accident though.
No, it's
not
not.
an accident. It's the program, it's the people behind it, it's the pedigree, it's the buy-in at the state level, at the local level, at the school level, at the family level, like the lineage, the legacy of my dad was in it, my grandpa, whatever the other individuals were in it.
That's right.
I'm like, man, I'm jealous. Why wasn't I out here? Like I wish they had.
I got to participate. I got to be a part of it. It's incredible.
Oh, so Dale, last question, man. What's next on the agenda for you? What do you got going on the rest of the year?
You know, I've got some large things happening with the book. Big things you'll hear about it coming up. And I
man,
mean,
you
national
better
and
spoiler it. What are you talking about?
no,
Spoil this for my audience. You don't come on my show and not give me the inside scoop. Give me a
It's
little.
exciting if you're out there and you just wonder what the answer to getting money right is. I mean, so many people want to hear that story. So
Yeah.
It's crazy. We've just been blessed. Lord's blessed us, and it's just been unbelievable. Who knows where this thing's going?
Yeah.
As long as I stay obedient and go after it and try and tell the story to young adults, it'll keep going.
Amen.
People like you have me on shows, and that's what helps perpetuate it.
Amazing. Last thing, look into the camera. How do people follow up? How do they learn more? How do they follow you? How do they get a book?
So thank you. Everything can be found at thetalkaboutmoney.com. Thetalkaboutmoney.com. Everything there that you need to find out about it.
Fantastic. And for everybody at home, just so you know, we'll definitely put some links in the show notes so you can just click on the link and head right on over. And speaking to the audience, if this is your first time with Mission Matters and you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe or follow button. This is a daily show. Each and every day we're bringing you new content, new ideas, and hopefully new inspiration to help you along the way in your journey as well. So again, hit that subscribe or follow button. And Dale, man, good to have you back on.
Thank you
Can't
so
wait
much.
to see you next year, man.
Great
It's
time.
on.
Thank you.